So Barack Obama this morning gave a short statement about his birth certificate after the White House released the long form birth certificate in PDF form. And at first, my reaction was maybe this is good. Maybe this will finally put the whole birther thing to rest, which, by the way, CNN and countless other media outlets have been doing in-depth investigations on, when the reality is they shouldn't even be talking about it. This should not be an issue. There is just absolutely no substance here. Most people, I think, realize that. And when I say most, I might only actually mean like 57%, because there's a ton of people, according to recent polls, that actually don't believe the president was born in the U.S., which is pretty remarkable how it's taken hold. So at first I thought this is good. It'll put the whole thing to rest. We'll be able to move on. And then I realized, wait a second. The people who are committed to this birther thing are not going to be convinced by a PDF of Obama's long-form birth certificate. I mean, especially since, they didn't have PDFs back in 1961. So that by itself should prove that the thing must be fake, right? But in all seriousness, those people are not going to be convinced. They will say, hey, if this guy is actually committed to this fraud, he can get a fake birth certificate put together. But what this actually did was it gave more legitimacy to the birther movement. And I understand. I heard Barack Obama say, I wouldn't even comment about something like this, except for the fact that it's actually starting to get in the way of coverage and discussion of more important issues. But I think that this is exactly what the birthers wanted. And Donald Trump, minutes before the Obama speech, actually saying, it's because of me. I am the guy who made it so that Barack Obama had to come out and put this birth certificate together. So I actually don't think it was really that great of an idea. The story will not go away altogether. I already have, on Facebook, I'm friends with tons of conservative wingnuts, and they were already posting that they're sick and tired of fake PDFs, fake birth certificates. So we already see that it did not accomplish that goal, at least to the end of completely ending the discussion. Hopefully it convinced somebody. But it's just hard to imagine, really, that those that are this far in committed to the birther thing are going to be convinced. Now, at the same time, it made me wonder, maybe what progressives should have been doing the entire time that George W. Bush was enacting policies and making decisions that destroyed the country and the economy, maybe progressives should have been saying, hey, we've never seen George W. Bush's birth certificate. And then if and when he puts it out, say that's not the right one. It's not the right form. It's not conclusive evidence. We need to see more. Maybe that's what progressives should have been doing. Maybe the way to halt government progress, White House progress, is to start requesting documents. I don't know. Now, what are we going to see in the next 6 months? I am going to be following very closely whether other potential Republican candidates distance themselves from the birth certificate thing, whether they buy into it and start talking about it because they see, hey, Donald Trump, even though the guy is not a legitimate candidate in any real sense, has been getting great media mileage from it. Maybe they should start talking about the birth certificate, or will they not mention it altogether? And, I think it's still too early to even know who the real legitimate Republican nominee candidates are. If we look back at the 2008 election, at this point, Hillary Clinton seemed to be clearly going in the direction of the Democratic nominee. As we saw, that didn't happen. Please, mainstream media, no more birther talk. It has been settled. You have done your investigations. No more discussion. Just talk about something else. Talk about anything else.